Right now, GPT 5.4 is the smartest model in the world, and people are losing their minds over how impressive it is. Like, it can do some pretty insane stuff, and today I am going to show you some of the most insane things built using GPT 5.4, and I will also share some really insane use cases for this model. So first, I wanted to begin the video with this really good flight tracker app. This was created by a user named Dave Ed, and this is basically a comparison between Opus 4.6 and GPT 5.4. And the prompt that he gave to both of the models was something like, build a production quality 3D flight tracking web app using React Vite 3.js that visualizes live open sky aircraft data on a rotatable 3D Earth with real-time plane motion, smooth interpolation, altitude-accurate positioning, and polished lighting/post-processing. Now, here is the video showing how good both of the models did. As you can see, both of the models here managed to do pretty well for themselves. Everything here looks very cool. But still, people were saying the flight tracker of Claude Opus 4.6 looks better. So what I tried was to build a similar flight tracker using GPT 5.4, and I got this result. Now, as you can see, this actually looks pretty beautiful and much better than the previous GPT 5.4 flight tracker that I had shown you. And it has many cool features, and it automatically tracks the flights going over Iran right now. I basically made it so that it tracks all the flights going near or over Iran. And I do have to tell you that I gave the model 2 prompts to make this. The result of the first prompt was a bit buggy, but after I gave the model the second prompt to fix it, the model correctly built everything. Now, as you can see, the flight simulation here looks pretty cool. GPT 5.4 was able to use publicly available API data to create a stunning flight tracker like this. And the main thing here is that if you hover over the planes here, you will be able to see what the origin of the plane is, the speed of the plane, and the altitude of the plane. For example, this CCA 215 is a plane originating from Saudi Arabia, and all the data points are correct. And if you also click on a specific plane, you will be able to see its flight data show up near this corner of the application. So if I click on this red-colored plane here, I will be able to see the origin, the country, altitude, speed, heading, wind rate, latitude, etc. Almost every detail about that specific plane. And I am also going to be able to track which planes are flying over Iran right now. And it has even added some really cool settings options, by using which I will be able to sort the planes by altitude, speed, and country. And I can also see planes at a specific altitude. So if I click on this option, I will only see planes that are flying between 10 and 30,000 feet. Everything here works perfectly well, and the AI model has also added an auto spin feature. So if I click it, the Earth is going to automatically start to rotate. As you can see, GPT 5.4 is absolutely good at creating the 3D world flight tracker and all the other things related to that. So I don't think that Claude Opus 4.6 is necessarily much better than GPT 5.4 at creating stuff like this. And here is another interesting use case of GPT 5.4. This person with the username clad3815 directly used the built-in computer use feature of GPT 5.4, which enables you to specifically give GPT 5.4 the ability to use your computer to click buttons, open tabs, and do everything that can be done by a human being using the computer. And this guy specifically asked the AI model to draw the OpenAI logo in Microsoft Paint. Now, the model started with basic tool calls like click, drag, press key, etc., and it started to draw the OpenAI logo. I can specifically tell this is an AI actually working on the computer, as the movement is a bit sluggish, and it also feels very robotic. So GPT 5.4 started to draw the OpenAI logo inside of Microsoft Paint. Let me just fast forward a bit of the video so that you can see what result it got. As you can see, the result that GPT 5.4 got was very ugly, and is not even close to the actual OpenAI logo. And it even realized that, to fix the problem, the GPT 5.4 model just opened the browser on the user's computer and searched for the OpenAI logo. Then it just screenshotted a picture of the OpenAI logo, deleted the original image that it made, copy-pasted the OpenAI logo inside of Microsoft Paint, and then just dragged the image to the center of Microsoft Paint. Now, as you can see, the model was able to somewhat give the user the result that the user wanted, which was to have an OpenAI logo drawn inside of Microsoft Paint. But the user wanted the model to draw it, and the model could not do that. So GPT 5.4 just copy and pasted an image inside of Microsoft Paint. It got the task done, but the method it used was very unorthodox. This experiment clearly shows that GPT 5.4 thinks very differently from how a human would think. Now, here is another game built using GPT 5.4 codecs. This is a first-person shooter, and as you can see, this game does not look that good. That is a bit of a problem with GPT 5.4. Sometimes the games look good, and sometimes they look pretty ugly. But the thing with GPT 5.4 is that the functionality of the game is almost always correct. So overall, I think that this game was also a very good generation from GPT 5.4. And another very insane use case that I found you can do with this model is that you can actually run it inside of After Effects using a specific plugin. The model will be able to generate these really cool animations for you. So you just need to give it a prompt, and the AI model is automatically going to generate a really cool looking SVG animation for you. It can already control After Effects pretty well, and the models will be improved so much in just a few months' time that within the next year, the AI models will be able to do anything that can be done with a computer much better than 99% of the human beings on this earth. And here is another comparison video of Opus 4.6 versus GPT 5.2. Now, this time it is with SVG animations to see which model can do the best SVG animation. On the right side, we get to see Claude Opus 4.6, and the animation that it made of the plant growing is a bit mediocre and is nothing compared to the GPT 5.4 model here, as it looks much better and the leaf animation here is also very good. And here is another comparison between the two AI models. In this comparison, the prompt was to build a premium interactive isometric 3D cozy room using Vite plus React plus 3JS, coding languages with all objects modeled in code, no external assets, and subtle ambient animations. Now here, as you can see, GPT 5.4 completely blows Opus 4.6 out of the water. I really don't understand why people were saying Opus 4.6 is still better than GPT 5.4 in design, as in these comparisons, it has clearly been shown that GPT 5.4 is much better than Opus 4.6. Now here is another insane use case of this AI model. In this use case, the user named Soar Hood asked the AI model to scrape different data points for house prices of different San Francisco houses inside of a web app and put them inside of a spreadsheet. And the AI model was able to perform the task very easily. This is a massive improvement in the computer use feature of these AI models, as it enables the users right now to automate these complex web scraping tasks with just simple plain English prompts, without having to learn complex AI workflow creations or automated workflow creations. This is also huge, as it takes GPT from just a stupid chatbot to an actually powerful and useful AI agent that can do useful things on your behalf. Now, here is another example of the ability of GPT 5.4 to create really good 3JS code. Basically, everything that you are seeing in this world was created using GPT 5.4 and with just code. And it looks pretty good. And the character movement in this world is also very good. It is very impressive. There are no bugs, and the character is not just phasing through walls. So, overall, this was also an impressive generation from GPT 5.4. Now, that was it for the video. See you in the next one.